Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shareen. I'm an interior designer in New York City, and I'm coming to you from one of our residential projects that we are working on, continuing our series on what to expect when hiring a designer. So far we have gone over the difference between a designer and a decorator. We've talked about what happens during a discovery call. We've discussed what you can expect during the consultation. And in this final installment, we're going to talk about what you get with a proposal. So walking away from the consultation, if you and I are a good fit and we're going to try to work together, we put together our contract. The contract includes the scope of work. The scope would be anything from the color scheme, the mood board, your floor plans, your space planning that includes a revision, and then sourcing the main pieces of furniture for your space, which we source 2 of each of the main pieces of furniture. And then we include 1 revision. And that means that once we've landed on your budget, timeline, and aesthetic, we're presenting options that fall within all of those timelines. So our goal is to present the best possible project the first time. However, we want to leave window and leeway for the client to provide feedback, and that's where the revision comes in. In that revision, you can change no more than 20% of the items that we have sourced for you. If you'd like to change more than 20% of it, or if you'd like to do more than 1 revision, at that point we start to charge an additional fee. So you have 2 different choices of how designers will bill. Some of them bill a flat rate and some of them bill hourly. We bill hourly and we give you the breakdown of how many hours it takes to do each space. After that, that includes your revision, and if you need more, then we tell you how many additional hours it takes in order to achieve that goal. It keeps some transparency when it pertains to budgeting and helps you outline your finances so that you can progress through the project comfortably and understand where your money is going to go. Designers make money 3 different ways. So you can expect to pay a design fee. This is the fee for that person's services. This is for them completing those color schemes, the mood boards, presenting samples to you, doing the floor plans. All of that goes into the design fee. The second thing that they are being paid for is procurement. Procurement is when we're doing all of the shopping on your behalf. So we purchase things just like a store at a trade price or at a designer price or sometimes a wholesale price. That price does have a fee on top of it before it's sold to retail, which means before it's sold to you, the consumer. The difference, which is that markup, is specifically designed to support trade designers because A, we're purchasing in volume, B, we're managing the logistics behind that item. So everything from the shipping of it, and if it's damaged or broken, or if it's the wrong color, or if it's spec'd incorrectly and it needs to be adjusted, changed, or shifted, all of that is what that markup covers for the organization to handle on your behalf. What you may or may not have us handle is the delivery of that actual item. So you could purchase white glove delivery, but that doesn't mean that the design firm is necessarily going to be on site waiting to receive packages and deliveries for you. We do offer a warehousing option. With warehousing, everything gets shipped to our warehouse and it's stored for a certain period of time. Our team can check and review everything, and then when it's time for your project, we can move it from the warehouse to your project, to your job site. Warehousing does have a flat fee associated with it, but if you're a new commercial space or even if you're doing a full reno, there may not be room to ship crates and pallets of things because of the work that's happening in your space, and warehousing is the best option for you. Or if you're just really busy and you're not home, warehousing could be the best option because you don't want a package or a shipment to be refused and not delivered since no one was there to sign for it. The next thing that could come up with procurement is if things are damaged and the liability between who's responsible for a mistake with that item. When you're purchasing designer items, you're doing a lot of custom work, and with custom work, it's often non-refundable. Sometimes that designer relationship can get some sort of percentage off or something like that, if there was a mishap that took place. So it is advantageous to work with the designer to procure things for you, and there is a reason for that markup, and no, it is not a discount that gets passed along to the client. If you're thinking about like the 10 or 15% that you could get from an online retailer, that's completely different from what we're talking about, because we're actually running the business. So the first way of making money is, or the first way that you can expect to pay your designer is the design fee. The second way is the fee that's built into your procurement or your shopping list. And then the third is project management. So I'd mentioned that there are some designers who will only give you a pretty picture and leave you to your own vices. And then there's other designers that are full service, which will help you get to the finish line. And with those designers, there's usually a project management fee. Ours is also hourly. And the way project management works is we have a team of individuals, handymen, architects, general contractors, electricians, etc., who will work on your project in order to make sure that we get things done. And we'll charge that at an hourly rate. We also have couriers, messenger services, and people who help with like assembly on site, putting the furniture together and things of that nature, in order to make sure that everything comes together the way that you envision it. So that's on an hourly basis. And if you have a team that you want to put those things together, you can of course do that. But if you don't have that sort of team, then we are the individuals that would set that up for you, and then we would bill you hourly. We'll give you the projected time and organize and coordinate the schedule with you. But if you need it done faster or sooner, or there's some other caveat, you can expect to see a rush fee in order to make that happen, because we would have to readjust other parts of our schedules in order to make that happen for you. So your proposal will have the breakdown of your contract, which is your scope of work, all the things we're gonna do. It'll have your design fees, it'll have your projected hourly estimation for your project. It might have a suggested procurement list, like a suggested budget of what you can expect to spend on furniture and finishings in the space, and then it will have project management. So some of that is subject to change depending on how intricate and how detailed you want your design to be. But usually we meet it right in the mark because we present ranges that make sense and that coincide with what we've done and seen in the past. If you have any other questions about what your proposal will look like, you can email us at hello@greenshareendesign.com and set up a consultation. You can do that on our website, greenshareendesign.com. And after we do the consultation, you'll expect to get a proposal back within a few days. And that proposal will have photos demonstrating our ability to execute a project similar to yours. It will have the contract with the scope of work, the breakdown of fees, the budgets, the notes from your consultation, and then it'll have space for you to pay your retainer. So we actually bill 50% of the design fees up front, and then 50% as we are halfway through the project. And then procurement is billed 100% before we place any of those orders. Same thing with all of the vendors that we work with, like our painters and so forth. The client would pay for that 100%, and then we would schedule it and get it underway. Any other questions? Let me know. hello@greenshareendesign.com. Thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere on YouTube, but you chose to be with me, and I appreciate that. I will see you next time, Thursday after next. Take care of yourselves. Bye.